We are team number 5. We're going to present lymphatic system.
The lymphatic vessels are the ducts responsible for returning the lymph back to the heart. It also has bulbs, which are semilunar structures attached to opposite sides of the lymphatic endothelium. These bulbs are to prevent backflow of fluid, so that lymph eventually flows forward instead of falling backwards. Tissues are groups of cells that have a similar structure and act together to perform a specific function. There are four types of tissues in animals, such as connective, muscle, nervous, and epithelial. Organs are groups of tissues in a living organism that have been adapted to perform a specific function. In higher animals, organs are grouped into organ systems, such as the skeletal system, the muscular system, the nervous system, the digestive system, the respiratory system, the circulatory system, etc. Lymphocytes are a type of white blood cells. They may be grouped into two, small and large lymphocytes, but we will focus on the small lymphocytes. The small lymphocytes include B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. The B lymphocytes are involved in the production of antibodies in the humoral immune response. The T lymphocytes participate in the cell-mediated immune response. Plasma is the yellowish fluid in blood. It consists chiefly of water, about 95% by volume. Other components include dissolved proteins, glucose, electrolytes, hormones, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. In humans, plasma serves as a medium to transport essential substances in blood. It holds the cellular elements and, as such, serves as the extracellular matrix of the blood cells. It is a component of the extracellular fluid. The lymph is a coagulable liquid almost colorless and weakly alkaline, that comes from the blood and circulates through the lymphatic vessels and turns into the veins. Is intermediated in the nutritional changes between blood and tissues. The lymph nodes are an important component of the body's immune system in helping fighting infections. They function as filters of lymph, catching any debris or cells present in it. Here is where lymphocytes are created. It begins in the abdomen, rises through the thorax and neck and empties its contents into the jugular veins of the internal and subclavian veins. On their wall, they have bulbs that prevent the lymph from flowing backward. In order to know the structure of the system, we need to know what a lymphatic system is. It's a subsystem of the circulatory system in the vertebrate body that consists of a complex network of vessels, tissues, and organs. The lymphatic system helps maintain fluid balance in the body by collecting excess fluid and particulate matter from tissues and depositing them in the bloodstream. It also helps defend the body against infection and supplying disease-fighting cells called lymphocytes. Its structure consists of lymphoid organs, which will be explained on the next slide. For example, the lymph nodes, the spleen, the thymus, the red bone marrow, etc.
Okay, so lymphatic system is divided in different organs. First, we have the tonsils. Those are a pair of soft tissue masses located at the near of the throat, specifically in the pharynx. Each tonsil is composed of a tissue similar to lymph nodes, covered by a pink mucosa. This mucosa helps to attach easily those substances that the lymphatic system carries out. Then we have the thymus gland. This gland is located behind the sternum. This gland is the one that produces the T lymphocytes. They are the ones that differentiate between the body's own cells and the alien immune cells. Then we have the known lymph nodes. They serve as a filter stations for the lymph of a certain body region and contains special cells of the immune system, the lymphocytes. Then we have the spleen. The spleen is an organ in the left upper abdomen. Its job is to process old and damaged blood cells and microorganisms. Then, at the end of the image, we see the bone marrow. The bone marrow, being one of the primary lymphoid organs, generates lymphocytes from the immature hematopoietic progenitor cells. Bone marrow and thymus gland constitute the primary lymphoid tissues involved in the production and early selection of lymphocytes. Lymphatic system function. This organ system is well known by transport the lymph through all the body. It is formed by ducts and lymph structured as a network of transportation. It is involved with the circulatory system, so it removes and corrects excess of liquids in blood. Okay, there are some illness and sickness disease of the lymphatic system. We're just showing just three that are the most important and common about this organ system. First, as it is shown, is the lymphoma, which refers to cancer of the lymph nodes. It occurs when lymphocytes grow and multiply uncontrollably. So this is how it will see this kind of cancer. Next, we have the Castleman disease. This disease refers to a group of inflammatory disorders can cause lymph node enlargement and can result in multiple organ dysfunction. Maybe it's a little bit similar to the previous one, but in this case, the nodes are involved in the other. Remember that we're just the uncontrollably growth of the lymphocytes. Finally, we have the lymphangiomatosis. This disease involves multiple cysts or lesions formed from lymphatic vessels. It is thought that to be the result of genetic mutation. What does this mean? That it is not that common to happen, and it is a state because of the lymphatic vessels inflammation. As you can see in the image at your left, you can see that vessels like full of that liquid that the lymphatic system carries.